Usually they show up in big numbers. This time it's 1 plus 1, 11.
Alright, we're going to go player ID 162, Rahul Basu.
Alright, the pick is player ID 162, Rahul Basu. Alright, with that we move to the fourth team, which is Shamrock Vikings.
Okay, player ID 172, Usama Baloch.
Alright, they take player ID 172, Usama Baloch. Alright, so now we move to our last team for the first round. That is Philly.
Player ID 265, Shiv Sani.
Player ID 265 and the player name is Shiv Shani. Alright, so with that we conclude our first round of drafts. So give it up for all the amazing players that got picked in round 1, guys. And now we're going to go back to Phillies for the second round. Manu Singh with the microphone. Ubaid, you can turn the lights on. Thank you.
Karan Kumar. I don't know his ID. Sorry. I'm looking for his ID. Sorry.
Alright, player ID 286, player name Karan Kumar. Thank you, Manu. And now we move to Shamrock Vikings. Wait, you can switch on the light and then hand out the microphone, please.
Player ID 212, Kevin Phillips.
Alright, player ID 212, Kevin Phillips. Thank you, Vikings. Now we move to D Park Dynamites. And I think the pace at which we are going, I'm going to request Ubaid to keep the light on the entire time. There you go, perfect. I know it's Dynamites, but you can't be in front of the camera.
We're going to go player ID 275, Deepchand Pinaka.
Alright, player ID 275, Deepchand Pinaka. We're going to give Salman a minute to write that down. So the local Bumrah goes to D Park Dynamites, and now we move to Midwest Cricket Club for their second round pick.
We're going to go with player ID 325, Zishan Sadiq.
Player ID 325, Zishan Sadiq goes to Midwest Cricket Club. And now we come back to St. Charles Raptors again.
Alright, we'll go with player ID 210, Harsh Patel.
Alright, player ID 210, Harsh Patel goes to St. Charles Raptors. Alright, with that 5-win pace, we move to round number 3, back to St. Charles Raptors. You pick for round 3?
We'll go with player ID 155, Meet Patel.
Alright, we're going with player ID 155, Meet Patel. A smile from Shamrock Vikings. I think they were eyeing that player, but now he's gone to St. Charles Raptors. And we move to our next team, which is Midwest Cricket Club. Clearly, we don't need any timers.
Alright, we're going to go with player ID 38, Hassan Dimat.
Alright, they're picking player ID 38, Hassan Biman. The Hardik Pandya of Chicago. And now we move to Deepak Dynamites for their third round, third pick.
We're going to go with player ID 7, Rohan Patel.
Alright, player ID 007, Rohan Patel. Someone who has played a big role in Deepak Dynamites' past victories.
We're going to go with player ID 46, Ali Rashid.
Alright, so Shambham Vikings picks player ID 46, Ali Rashid. I'm going to have Manu wait for a few seconds. We'll come to you, Manu.
Yeah, we're going to go with number 23, Aga Khizr.
Alright, so player ID, can you say the player ID again?
23.
23. Michael Jordan, number 23, Aga Khizr goes to Philly. We're going to take a breather after this round.
So,
Yeah, you got the exclusive VIP listing.
but, sorry, that's the number that I...
Yeah, we'll work on that and we'll be right back.
You figure it out.
All of the player IDs are wrong. Everyone has them. Okay, we'll figure out the player.
So, okay, got it. Okay, can I go to the next one?
I can't blame you.
Alright guys, thank you so much for your patience. We're gonna start with our fourth round and the pick is with Team Philly. And I'm gonna request only start talking once the light is switched on. That is your cue.
So,
Right,
ready for my
right.
next pick?
Yes, please.
It's Saichori.
Can you give us player ID?
Again, it's probably wrong, the one that I have, I guess.
Alright, player ID 303. Alright guys, so the next pick, the first pick for round 4 was with Philly, and it's Saichori, player ID 303, and now we move to Shambham Vikings.
Player ID 130, Hunan Hanu.
Alright, so Shambham Vikings have picked Hunain Amin, which is player ID 130, and now we move to Deepak Dynamites.
Player ID 262, Sargam Patel.
Alright, player ID 262, Sargam Patel goes to Deepak Dynamites. With that, we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're gonna go with player ID 71, Moin Baba.
Alright, so Midwest Cricket Club has picked Mr. All-Rounder, Moin Babar, which is player ID 71. So one more time, 71 player ID Moin Babar goes to Midwest Cricket Club. With that, we move to St. Charles Raptors for the last pick of this round.
Player ID 17, Rajat Patel.
Alright, so St. Charles Raptors have picked Rajat Patel, player ID 17, and with that we conclude our round number 4.
Yeah.
So as you can see on your screen, we have all the picks for the first 4 rounds. We have 9 more to go. With that, I'm going to start round number 5, and it's St. Charles Raptors who's going to start.
Player ID 142, Aryan Veerpur.
St. Charles Raptors have picked player ID 142, Aryan Para. Alright, with that we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're gonna go with the player ID 163, Manav Brahman.
Alright, so the pick for Midwest Cricket Club is Manav Brahman. Alright, one more time. Player ID 163, Manav Brahmapat, went to Midwest Cricket Club. Now we move to Deepak Dynamite for the 5th round. Your pick.
Player ID 4, Urvish Desai.
Alright, give it up for the captain. Most likely. Urvish Desai will be playing for Deepak Dynamite. That came off as a surprise for me. With that, I move to Shamrock Vikings.
Okay, we go with player ID 56. Player ID 56, Sayyid Hassan.
Alright, Shamrock Vikings have picked player ID 56, Sayyid Hassan. With that, now we move to Philly.
We're gonna go with Arvind Chiru. I do not have his ID, sorry.
Alright, Arvind chair goes to Philly, wicket-keeper batsman. And with that, we conclude our 5th round. And his player ID is 103. And thank you, St. Charles Raptors. Alright guys, so with that we conclude our top 5 rounds. Look at the board, those are the picks. And now we'll go back to White Phillies again for the first pick of round number 6.
Our next pick is Haris Vora. Haris Vora.
Alright, special applause for Haris Vora because he got picked for Phillies and I saw him on the table as well. Player ID 43, Haris Vora goes to Philly. With that, we move to Shamrock Vikings.
I'm finding the number, but the name is Deepak Alagazi.
You sound like the name is Khan, King Khan. Alright, player ID 207. Deepak Alagazi. Alright, with that we move to Deepak Dynamite for their 6th pick.
We're going to go player ID 245, there in history.
They have picked their mystery with a bang. Player ID 245, area mystery goes to the Park Dynamite. And now we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're gonna go with player ID 158, Abdul Ahad Malik.
So Midwest Cricket Club has picked Abdul Ahad Malik. And now we move to St. Charles Raptors.
We will go with legend Samir Chaudhary.
Legend indeed. Give it up for the legend.
Player ID 34.
Player ID 34, the man who doesn't need any introduction, Samir Chaudhary, goes to St. Charles Raptors. And as you can see, Samir has left the building. His work here is done. Alright gentlemen, so these are the first 6 round picks. We are almost halfway there, 7 more rounds to go. And without taking any breaks, I'm going to go back to St. Charles Raptors for round 7. Your first pick.
We will go with St. Charles Express Arpan Patel.
St. Charles Express. Player ID 62. Alright, player ID 62. The Express Arpan Patel goes to St. Charles Raptors. Now we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're gonna go with player ID 150, under 23, Jimit Patel.
Alright, so we got, I think the first under 23 after Manav Brahmabhat. And it's Jimit Patel. Player ID 150. One more time, 150 player ID Jimit Patel goes to Midwest Cricket Club. We move to the Dynamites.
Player ID 54, Dhruv Patel.
Player ID 54. One of the finest spinners at the Hanwha Park ground, Varun Patel, goes to the Park Dynamites. Now we move to Chambal Vikings for their 7th round pick.
Player number 33, Khabar Ilyas.
They go with the keeper batsman, player ID 33.
He's not a keeper batsman. He's a bowler.
Oh, the bowler. My bad. I was making sure you're paying attention. Not the other Khabar. Khabar is the Express of Chambal Vikings, player ID 33.
Our next pick is Anil Rana.
Alright, so Philly has picked Anil Rana as their next draft. Alright gentlemen, so with that we have concluded our 7 rounds. I'm going to give you guys a breather. If you have made any false commitments to any of your friends that you're going to pick them, this is the time when we'll reevaluate that. And we're down to last 6 rounds. We'll take a 5-minute break here and we'll move forward. But we are going to start in 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so please don't go too far.
बरसों हो गए बिछड़े, अब साथ नहीं हो तुम, फिर ऐसा क्यों लगता है जहाँ मैं वहीं हूँ तुम। क्या करूँ मैं अपनी उंगलियों का किसी की भी तस्वीर तुम्हारी, ये सिर्फ मेरा पागलपन है या तुम भी मेरे लिए पागल
I told her now here on the device. Doesn't matter, yeah, it's off here. I'll show you now. Hey, everyone say second. Hey, let me take clip. So it's off now. Yellow. Yellow. This is yellow. Board library. What's up? This board, the camera setup because so people can break and see the system so far. Why it's already or between rounds, give me 30 seconds to just show the board because wait, don't like slow down like
सलमान को मैं देखा हूँ कब टाइप है, लेकिन उतने में आप पहुँच जाएगा, राइट? तो मैं बोलने से पहले ये लोग रेडी हो जाएंगे, इसको टाइम नहीं मार्को टाइम
just the way he's doing it. It feels more. Oh, no, no, no. हाँ वही ना पूरा ऑयल You're showing what's the problem? Right. I don't know that's the problem.
Alright. For 5 more minutes because people wants to pray. We appreciate your understanding. So we're going to take a prayer break right now for next 5 minutes and then we'll get into the second half of the track.
Oh, Chirag.
Oh, leave it, bro. Don't worry about this.
You don't want to run into another issue like you did. People care about President Saab, welcome sir.
Request you all to please come back to your tables. Alright guys, so we are back after the break. As you know, we have finished the 7 rounds of draft, and on the screen you can see who all got picked today. I do have all the top 7 picks from previous pickings, which were the pre-drafts. I'm going to quickly go over team by team, so people who are watching us now will get an idea. Meanwhile, you guys can also get in the groove and start for round 8. The first team that I have on here is the Phillies, and their top 7 picks were Saad Ali, Najam Iqbal, Shahir Hassan, Niaz Khan, Ramiz Raja Jr., Ghulam Mudassar, and Abir Chippa. Give it up for the top 7 drafts, top 7 pre-draft picks. With that, I'm going to move to Midwest Cricket Club. Their top 7 were Fahad Khan, Sadaf Hussain, Anas Mahmood, Fahad Babar, Ziaul Haq, Calvin Savage, and Vinny Sinha. So give it up for them. Now next I'm going to move to St. Charles Raptors. Their top 7 pre-draft picks were Kamran Syed, Adil Ahmadullah, Yaj Maheshwari, Yash Patel, Yasin Beemat, Prakesh Patel, and Romil Ray. Alright, give it up for the St. Charles Raptors top 7. And with that, we move to Schaumburg Vikings. And their pre-draft top 7 were Justin Dill, Sami Sohail, Mitansh, Sunny Singh, Somin, Anshul, and Hassan Khan. And with that, we go to the last team, which is Deepak Dynamite. Their pre-draft picks were Prithvesh Patel, Manan Patel, Jay Patel, Yash Patel, Jay Desai, Mohit Patel, and Sunny Bhatti. Alright guys, so now give it up for all the pre-draft picks. And now we will move to draft round number 8, and we'll go to our 5th team, which is Philly. And Manu Singh has the microphone.
We're going to go with Osama Gujjar.
We're going to find out the player ID for Osama Gujjar. Player ID 170, Osama Ahmed, goes to Philly. With that, I'm going to request Ubaid to switch on the light. Thank you, Ubaid.
We'll go with our pick number, player number 89, Tajinder Singh Tillon. Tajinder Singh Tillon.
Alright, player ID 89, Tajinder Singh Tillon, goes to Schaumburg Vikings. And now we move to Deepak Dynamites. Your pick.
We're going to go with player ID 148, Aryan Patel.
Alright, player ID 148, Aryan Patel, goes to Deepak Dynamites. And now we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're going to go with player ID 143, Nadeem William.
Player ID 143, Nadeem Williams, who was recently seen in Australia, if I'm not wrong, playing for over 40. We move to St. Charles Raptors for round 8 pick.
Player number 18, Shivam Patel.
Player ID 8080. 1818. Shivam Patel. Alright guys, so that concludes our round number 8. The picks were Usama Ahmed, Tajinder Singh Dhillon, Aryan Patel, Nadeem Williams and Shivam Patel. Now we're going to go back to St. Charles Raptors for round number 9. And your pick?
We will go with Darpan Patel, player ID 8080.
You could have just picked him last time, so I don't look like a fool, but thank you. Player ID 8080, Darpan Patel, goes to St. Charles Raptors. With that, we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're gonna go with player ID 191, Sandeep Mehta.
Alright. We got the veteran in the house. Sandeep Mehta, player ID 191, goes to Midwest Cricket Club. Now we move to D Park Dynamites for their pick in round number 9.
Player ID 10, Neil Patel, N-E-E-L.
Player ID number 10, Neil Patel, goes to D Park Dynamites, and I'm assuming he's the left arm fast bowler. Is he the left arm fast bowler, Rubish? Okay. The young Neil Patel goes to D Park Dynamites. And now we move to Schaumburg Vikings.
Player number 7. Player number 74, Ravi Patel. Player number 74, Ravi Patel.
Alright, they have picked player number 74, Ravi Patel. Now we move to Philly.
Dr. Khan? Dr. Akbar Khan.
Alright, give it up for another veteran. Someone who's known for his loopy spin bowling. Very deadly at that pitch of Hanover Park. Dr. Akbar Khan, player ID 88, goes to Team Philly.
Anuj Sharma is our next pick.
Alright guys, so with that we conclude our round number 9, and we have quickly jumped to round number 10, and the first pick for Philly was...
Salman, you got it, right? Anuj Sharma?
We're trying to find out the ID for Anuj Sharma, which is 19. And I'm going to request D Park and St. Charles to please tone it down a little bit. I know you're excited to see Dr. Akbar Khan's name, but control your emotions for a little bit. Now with that we move to Schaumburg Vikings. One humble request to my brother Obey to switch on the light first. Thank you.
We don't know the number, but the name is Abhimanyu Lamba. 40.
Alright, player ID 4040. And the player's name is Abhimanyu Lamba. So Mr. Lamba goes to Schaumburg Vikings. With that we move to D Park Dynamites.
We're gonna go with player ID 9. Chirag Patel.
Alright, so their pick is player ID number 9, Chirag Patel. And just for clarification, is this Charlie or Mamba?
It's Mamba.
It's Mamba. Alright, so the president goes to D Park Dynamites. Okay, so now we move to Midwest Cricket Club.
We're gonna go with player ID 175, Satvik Kailash.
Player ID 175, Satvik. Alright, so Satvik Kailash, player ID 175, goes to Midwest Cricket Club. And now we move to the last team of round number 10, St. Charles Raptors. Your pick.
Carol String Local Express 248 Vicky Patel.
Alright, player ID 248,
Vicky Patel.
Vicky Patel. Not Kaushal, Patel. Alright guys, so with that we conclude our top 10 rounds. Give it up for all the players who got picked already. So now we're down to last three. And before I move forward, a big thank you to Salman Ahmed for doing this. It's not an easy job. So a big round of applause for our man in charge, Salman Ahmed, for typing all these complicated names in. And now we move to our third last round. Ubay, with the spotlight back on St. Charles Raptors. Your pick.
We will go with player ID 176 Shubham Darodkar.
आप शुभम तक सही थे, दारू पे थोड़ा सा फंबल हो गया, but it's okay. So player ID 176 Shubham Darodkar goes to St. Charles Raptors. We move to Midwest Cricket Club now.
We're gonna go with player ID 331, Ehsan Adil.
Player ID 331 Ehsan Adil goes to Midwest Cricket Club. Now we move to the Dynamites. Deepak Dynamites deciding which three Patels they want to include in the last three rounds.
We're going to go with player ID 84, Mohammad Naziruddin.
There comes a googly from Urvesh Desai. Player ID 84, Mohammad Naziruddin. Now we move to Shamrock Vikings.
Yeah, we're trying to find the number. You know the player name. Okay, we're going with Fahad Mohammed. Kopi will find you the number shortly.
The player's name is Fahad Muhammad, and his ID is 93.
Thank you.
Which is also Bumrah's number, if I'm not wrong.
So, can I go?
Yeah, so the next is Philly.
We're going to go with Nisar Sidhu.
Alright, so Philly has picked their man, stylish wicketkeeper, reliable batsman. Player ID 42, Nisar Sidhu, goes to, not Elgin Eagles, but to Philly. Alright, so that concludes our round number 11. The picks were Shubham, Ehsan Adil, Mohammad Naziruddin, Fahad Muhammad and Nisar Sidhu. We're down to the last two rounds. The microphone is with Philly. And your pick for round number 12, please.
I'm going to pick myself, Manu Singh.
Alright, give it up for someone who took 5 wickets in one of the seasons with his loopy spin bowling. Manu Singh goes to Philly. I cannot imagine when Dr. Akbar Khan and Manu will be bowling together. The camera angle needs to be moved. Player ID 86, Manu Singh went to Philly. And now we move to Shamrock Vikings.
We don't know the player ID. Doniak.
Alright, so their pick is Doniak Perrin. Player ID, we're still trying to find out. Any help will be appreciated. Player ID 279. Thanks, St. Charles. Alright, so now we move to D Park Dynamites for their 12th round pick.
Player ID 244, Charlie Patel, Chirag Charlie.
Alright, so the player ID is 244. It's none other than their opening batsman and leg spinner, Charlie Patel. The last time I checked, he was bowling leg spin. It depends on the day. Alright, so now we move to Midwest Cricket Club. Your pick?
We're gonna go with number 66, Ronak Sharma.
Alright, so that's a special one. Someone who is supremely talented. Has been part of MPL in the first and the second season, if I'm not wrong. A phenomenal all-rounder, Ronak Sharma, goes to Midwest Cricket Club. And now we move to St. Charles Raptors.
Player ID 79, Brijesh Chaudhary.
Player ID 7979, Brijesh Chaudhary. Alright, with that we're going to take a breather and go back and read the names. So for this round we saw Brijesh Chaudhary going to St. Charles Raptors, Ronak Sharma going to Midwest Cricket Club, Charlie Patel Deep Park Dynamites, Donnie Perrin goes to Schaumburg Vikings, and none other than Manu Singh went to Philly. And now we are down to the last round of the draft. So if you haven't picked someone, this is your moment. This is when you keep those friendships, those promises that you made before coming to this draft. Without any further ado, we're going to start our last round. Round number 13. The microphone is with St. Charles Raptors. Your pick. They're like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Wicketkeeper, batsman, all-rounder.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Deepak Patel.
Can we have the ID? Can we have the... Alright, so we got the ID. It's 306. And the player name is DP, Deepal Patel, goes to St. Charles Raptors, and that concludes the entire roster for St. Charles Raptors. So give it up for them. Zordar Talia. Now we move to Midwest Cricket Club for their last pick for MPL Season 3.
We're gonna pick number 147, Samir Mehta.
147, Samir Mehta, the second Mehta in the gang. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Midwest Cricket Club for picking all their 20 players for MPL Season 3. Zordar Talia. And now we move to D Park Dynamites for their last pick for this season. A lot of debates are going on.
We're gonna go with number 5, Love Patel.
Alright, player ID single number 5, Love Patel, goes to D Park Dynamites, and that concludes their lineup for Season 3. Give it up for D Park Dynamites, guys. Now we move to Schaumburg Vikings.
I'm going to pick myself, Talal.
Alright, no prizes for guessing. Player ID 283, Talal, goes to Schaumburg Vikings. Give it up for the entire roster of Schaumburg Vikings. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Alright, so now we are with Philly for the last pick of Season 3.
So our last pick is gonna be Tejas Vishal.
Alright, so the player name is Tejas Vishal. Alright guys, so that concludes our draft for MPL Season 3. Zordar taaliyan for all the teams. And I'm going to quickly go over the teams one more time. We're going to start with St. Charles Raptors. Their 13th pick were Rahimullah Ghanizai, Harsh Patel, Meet Patel, Rajat Patel, Aryan Vipara, Samir Chaudhary, Arpan Patel, Shivam Patel, Darpan Patel, Vicky Patel, Shubham Darudkar, Brijesh Chaudhary and Deepal Patel. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye for the entire team of St. Charles Raptors. And now we move to Midwest Cricket Club, and their 13 picks were Farhan Ali, Zishan Sadiq, Hassan Bimat, Moin Babar, Manav Brahmabhat, Abdul Ahad Malik, Jimit Patel, Nadeem Williams, Sandeep Mehta, Satvik Kailash, SN Adil, Ronak Sharma and Samir Mehta. Give it up for the entire roster of Midwest Cricket Club. And now we move to D Park Dynamites, and their 13 picks were Rahul Basu, Deep Chand Pinaka, Rohan Patel, Sargam Patel, Urvesh Desai, Dhairya Mistry, Varun Patel, Aryan Patel, Neil Patel, Chirag Patel, Muhammad Naziruddin, Charlie Patel and Love Patel. Give it up for the entire roster of D Park Dynamite, guys. With that, we go to our fourth team, which is Schaumburg Vikings. We have Osama Baluch, Kevin Phillip, Ali Rashid, Hunain Amin, Syed Hassan, Deepak, Alasi, Alad Gisan, Khawar Ilyas, Tajinder Singh Dillon, Ravi Patel, Abhimanyu Lamba, Muhammad Fahad, which is Fahad Muhammad, Donnie Perrin and Talal Gondal. Give it up for the roster of Schaumburg Vikings. And now we move to the last team for MPL Season 3, which is Philly, previously called Elgin Eagle. It's Shiv Shane, Karan Kumar, Agha Khizar, Sai Cherid, Arvind Cheru, Haris Vora, Anil Raina, Usama Ahmed, Dr. Akbar Khan, Anuj Sharma, Nisar Sidhu, Manu Singh, and Tejas Vishal. Alright guys, so those were our picks for today. You already heard the top 7. So that concludes our draft for Season 3. I see Dr. Nadi Heather in the house. And we do have dinner, so please don't go anywhere. Discuss your drafts. If there are any switches, this is the time when you go to the next person's table and talk to them about it. And please enjoy the dinner and stay tuned for MPL Season 3. Thank you.
किसी को मौका नहीं दिया मेरे जज्बात से खेलने का मैं रजिस्टर ही नहीं किया
लेके आऊं केस लेके आऊं